I will go through my company, and I'll go through in this presentation why the web is going local. I do online marketing for small and medium-sized businesses who all have like a physical presence in a local environment. So yeah, I'll talk a bit about why I'm in the market and why I can help them. And I'll talk about the business model I've created, and we'll look at some cases. And at the end you'll get the problem formulation, and there'll be some time for questions. I have a tendency sometimes to talk fast, so just tell me if it's going too fast. Yeah. This is a graph of the ad budgets in 2012. It's a company called Mindshare that does this every year. They ask the top marketing directors of the biggest company in Denmark how they will do their ad spending. And the interesting thing is actually that you can see everything from here on and up that is online marketing more or less. And down the bottom is the traditional media. So what you can see is that that the big companies all have a focus of putting more money into the online market. So if you go to the next slide. And that's why I've done this. I have the new media that I talk about is online media versus the traditional media. And traditional media, that is like the yellow pages, newspapers, radio, print ads, direct mail as well. They're all not converting as well as they used to. In the old days, you have to have an ad in the yellow pages, and what you did was you put this in for your local businesses, and people will in the local environment will look up in the yellow pages, and they will find a few dentists, for example, and they will pick one of them. But now what people use the yellow pages for is like, yeah, they use it to smack each other with or whatever. Like it's of non-value anymore. Nobody looks in the yellow pages. They go on Google to search. And as I've written, 97% of consumers, they use online search when they're looking to research for a product. They're looking for reviews, they're asking on social media, they're just Googling everything. But peer recommendation is still very important. That is like if you talk, like the word of mouth, if you talk to your family, that is a really important thing nowadays. Especially in this world that like we see scams everywhere. Like we hear about stuff going on the internet, people fraud, people not getting their products. So we look into each other to see who we can trust. And word of mouth is still really good marketing, but especially on the internet, because there you can like put word of mouth on steroids. If you do it like Trustpilot, you can see one review that is on Trustpilot might get a few thousand views in a year. So that's really important. And marketing online, as I wrote, is not like an option anymore as you saw in the 90s, where you could choose if you want a web page. Now it's a requirement. And I think that's the same, just to go on a sidetrack, the same with social media. It's not, right now, it's not a requirement, social media, to have that in your business. It's kind of like the 90s where you could have a web page, but in the next few years, in the next 10 years, it will evolve and it will have to be, what can you say, every business has to be on the social media and be social in the future. And the web is going local. A few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, you didn't use the web as much for local stuff. What you did was you would search on Wikipedia, you will do this like research for articles and stuff. But now it's going way more local, and that is due to smartphones. We're all getting the iPhones, Androids, whatever, Google Maps, and you got like everything on your iPhone. You can like do the GPS and see which coffee bar has good review in your local place. The social media and location-based search is also very important for the local web. That is like if you just type in dentist, for example, here in Copenhagen, it will see which network you're connected to. So you will see like you are here on Nørrebro, so it will show the dentist around Nørrebro. It will show you a map of Nørrebro, so it knows where you are when you search. And that is that's a very important thing to keep in mind when you think about online marketing. Google has a lot of intent on putting more focus on this local thing, and you can see it on these searches. You might not be able to read what it is, but here I have been on my Google and I typed Ny Avis, which is like new newspaper, and what it actually given me of the result is New York Avis for the car rental. And the same, I would type in new computer to get a new computer, and it showed New York computer shops. That is too much, of course, but what they're trying to do is to put a lot of focus on it, and this is what this shows. Of course, I'm in Denmark and don't want to have New York computer shops when I write for new computer. But that's just like example of how much focus there is on this topic. 59% they search for local information every month, and that is 59% of us using the internet. You see this graph, that is huge, and that's what I'm saying, like a lot of dentists, I talk about dentists because I work with a lot of different dentists. And I see in the yellow pages that are sometimes searched, there are maybe 200 dentists here in Copenhagen, but when I search on the internet I can only find maybe 10, 15, maybe 20, if I'm lucky, on the internet who has a decent website. And I'm amazed, and they need help to get online and start getting customers from all these searches. They're like worldwide, they're building up local searches every month.